Hi everybody! First of all, thank you so much for being here with me, for tuning into my channel, for trusting me with your private readings. This is only the beginning of such a long journey, but it has been so fun already. I want to thank you guys for your patience this month with me being on vacation and that energy that Cancer season brought. Healers need healing too, and I've had to take some time to focus on myself and the things that are changing in my life as well as my private clients. So thank you guys for your patience with me getting these readings out. I promise that August will be a lot smoother. With that being said, I also have a new service that I'm offering. It's not on my site yet, so you're going to have to email me if you are interested in this. All that information to contact me for readings is below, so check the description box, okay? Please don't email me on Facebook or message me on Facebook. For some reason, I don't get the notifications for like a day or two. And I don't want you waiting that long. I always answer email within 24 hours. So also, right now, I'm booking about a week out. So by the time you contact me and I respond, it's usually about 5 to 7 days to get your reading, okay? So the new service I have is called Soul Medicine. So it is the soul spread plus 5 custom channeled affirmations that are based on what your soul needs to kind of process the information that came out in the spread and move out of blocks, as well as a candle inscribed and lit with the intention to clear your field of all energy that is not yours. Okay, we're all very porous and we tend to take in a lot of people's energy, even if we do cleansings regularly on ourselves. So the intention of this candle, it's a white candle. I light it after I do your reading with the intention to clear your field of any energy that is not yours and send it back to source or send it back to its source with love, okay? And that service is $55. All right, so if you're interested in that, please email me and I will send you a PayPal link and let's get into these readings. Leo, I feel overall what you're aiming to do in July, I think it's a little bit difficult for you, but you are working on it, is lining up your action with your heart. Now, you're already a heart-centered sign, different, and people don't see you as that because you go after your heart's desires, so it comes across selfish sometimes, but I feel you connecting with spiritual action. It's like you're finally understanding your heart's desires so you can take action spiritually or internally, right? That connects you. Yeah, so the Knight of Swords fell out with the Seven of, or the Knight of Wands fell out with the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck, the Six of Pentacles. So you may have seen where you were selling yourself short, especially on a mental level or on a energetic level. I feel like this is seeing where you have given your power away or where you have misstepped or where you have been out of alignment, because my left foot was like pulsating and then it was moving up to my heart space and it was a little heavy. It was a little heavy, but it's almost like moving past deception, right? Getting inspired to see what it is, and it's kind of like a soccer move where you're like dribble past somebody, right? It's like a Z formation. It's like dipping, dodging, and moving forward. But your heart has finally connected to your feet, right? So previously you were moving kind of out of alignment in a way, in a little bit of a self-preservation type of mode, but that has cleared itself up. Hey Leo, what's good? So, this energy is getting heavy, my friends. I know your solar return is about to come up, and that brings up a little, you know, anxiety and am I making the right choices? For a lot of you, I think this is related to work. However, I think some of you have prioritized your marriage or saving your marriage or your commitments or love over work, and now you're realizing that that has come at some form of a detriment. your happiness has somehow come in a form of a detriment. Okay? Overall energy this month is the Devil. So what beliefs, okay? What beliefs, I almost said Cancer, but it is Cancer energy. So what beliefs, Leo, have you been holding on to? Probably subconsciously, probably unconsciously. What beliefs have you been holding on to surrounding conditions, right? Like, I have to endure this to have this. Or I have to do A, B, C to get to D. Like, it's something that I think that you've believed about life, or believed about your scenario, or believed about your conditions for a long time. And you felt like a prisoner to those conditions, right? Or this is also about fear. The fear to leave the conditions you're in for different ones because you've never had different. Okay? The energy here, like I said in the beginning, I feel as though you're finally taking spiritual action. And honestly, I do see you moving out of this and starting to thrive during your solar return. But right now, I think that you're finally waking up to where you have been placing your efforts and how they have potentially been working against you. I think some of you are going to realize how unhappy you are in your job, and that your job and the dedication you've had to your job, or the way you make money, or the way that you work and form habits, is somehow inhibiting your opportunity to really thrive in your innate abilities. Like, not all of you obviously are going to go be self-employed, but I think you're realizing that you've been like working harder, not smarter type of thing. And that the only reason you've been going about this is simply out of fear. Simply out of fear of trying to do something else. Okay? The energy that you're being asked to leave behind this month, Leo, is the Eight of Wands with the Four of Pentacles. And the rune we have here, or Four of Cups, excuse me. And the rune we have here is trust. Now, more than anything, I think Spirit is telling you need to trust your intuition. You need to trust the messages that you've been receiving. Because with the Four of Cups here, you know, you have your heart crossed. You're saying, no, I'm all set. I got what I got. I'm good. I'm good off that. I'm good off that new. Okay? But it's like these messages and blessings have been coming in. You need to trust them, not block the opportunity. Also, I'm feeling as though you need to trust that the messages you're getting from potentially other people, I'm feeling as though, like, probably people you care about, right? I don't think this is like a boss or whatever. But I'm feeling like you're starting to realize that the messages that people you care about, even though they may have the best intentions, like, you can't necessarily trust or take the offers that they have to place for you. Because nobody knows what's going to make you happy but you, Leo. So if you're looking for validation from somebody else on what work is best for you, or how to go about getting your money right, or when it's going to be right for you to move forward, or when it's going to be right for you to take this next action step, anyone that you've been talking to about this and you felt kind of resistant to trust them, at the same time you want to keep having that conversation, you need to cut it out. I think it's clouding your faculties. You know, you need to choose, you know, your heart. You need to choose what makes you happy. No one outside of you can do that. And no matter what anybody says, until you're ready to look here, it's all going to feel stuck. You know, it's all going to feel like a cycle and like a wheel. The door that's now open for you that was once closed is the Tower and the Eight of Pentacles. The rune we have here is protection. Right? No, I'm sorry. Joy. Joy. Okay. So now, the Tower is usually something a little blindsiding. However, the rune Joy is there. So I think for some of you, it could be as simple as you're realizing that you're not happy in your work. Or you're realizing what you need to do. I don't know what this is. There we go. You're realizing what you need to do to make yourself happy, right? or you realize you've been working against your happiness. There's some type of reality check that is coming to you, and it's around where you've been spending all your energy and focus and time. Because the Eight of Pentacles here doesn't necessarily have to be about your career, but it's about the things that you spend time like honing, right? It's about honing your skills. It's about becoming a master. So this is where you've been focused most. And there's a feeling here of you thinking that this whole time you were working to be happy, but you like suddenly realize like, well, work can't make me happy. And if I'm not happy every day in general, like I'm never going to be happy in the work that I do type of thing. Because to me, the Tower is always, even if it's a shocking truth that's revealed through another person, like another person tells you something about them or whatever, what it typically does is blindsides us like on the physical plane, but the emotional reaction we have to it is very deep, and it's jarring because we realize how true it is, okay? We realize how true that statement is, or rather, we realize how out of alignment one aspect of ourselves was with our soul truth. Okay, Virgo had this energy last month, and let me tell you, you guys know I'm a Virgo, but I do have Venus in Leo, so I do have some Leo energy. But it was like, wow. I had 3 things revealed to me that were shocking, but the most shocking part ultimately was how I didn't even realize I was blocking myself through this very old ancient belief that I didn't even know where it came from. So it was like my ego, right, got smashed by this truth, which broke through the door that I had on my heart in that arena, right? So then I was suddenly exposed to all this raw emotion that was previously blocked by this ego tactic, right? This programming tactic. So there's something that needs to be revealed to you, or, you know, that is available for you to be revealed. I'm thinking through committing to time alone, through committing to self-reflection, right? Because Spirit's advice for you is the Hermit with the Judgment card, and the rune we have here is marriage. So that's about the things that you've committed to, potentially even your beliefs around marriage, the institution, whether you're married or not, right? Because the overall theme in your energy right now is the Ten of Cups, Leo. So that's not only what makes you happy overall and what your happy ending looks like, but also what does family mean to you, right? What is this ideal that you're working towards? Where do you see your life 10 years from now? Is it in alignment with what you wanted when you were 10 years old? You know, where are you at? You know, where are you at? Because I'm telling you, I've seen this theme specifically through a lot of my personal life and the people that I engage with on a daily basis. There's this concept that's up for evaluation, right? Around what is the happy ending, right? What is an ideal marriage? What is an ideal family structure? And is this belief I hold about marriage or family or longevity, right? Is it even in alignment with what I know in my heart in this moment after all the experiences I've had? I guarantee somewhere in there you'll find that some of the things you believe have been buried inside of you or implanted inside of you since you were a child, or potentially even from past lives. And it's okay if you don't know how they got there. Because we have this feeling, and I used to get caught up in this when I first started doing spiritual work. We think that we need to know where it came from so we can pull it from the root. However, we just need to find the root belief, not its origin of how it got planted there. Because once we recognize the origin, or rather the root belief, right? So the belief can be, I need to get married by 30 or I'm useless, right? And you don't know why you believe that because your mom, you know, got married at 40 and blah, blah, blah. Like you didn't even have an example of that in your world. It wasn't even like your parents embodied that. You just have that belief. You don't know why. Maybe it's from Disney Channel. Maybe it's because in your past lives you always got left or whatever. Or maybe you used to die. Maybe, you know, in ancient times, you know, we didn't live as long. Maybe you died of the plague or whatever several times before you turned 30 and you didn't get to really, so you only got a couple years of marriage in, only a couple years of family time in. So you have a fixation on it, right? But it's irrelevant, ultimately. Because once you recognize what it is that you've been holding on to, this is your head energy, Leo, if I can get it up off the table. Once you realize what you've been holding on to, and how you've been fighting against yourself when it comes to manifesting your ideal life, okay? You then can finally make a decision in your heart, which is what we have here, this Two of Swords. This is needing to make a decision, but in reality right now it's indecision. But the rune I have here is disruption. So this is very much going to come through. This is going to come through. But how disturbing it is going to depend on how long you keep your arms crossed. How long you try to block out not only your heart's knowing and feeling, but also your thoughts. Because this is just a state of like indecision. This is a state of like, you know what? I'm just going to ignore it. I don't want to feel anything. I can't do anything about it now, so I'm just gonna keep bypassing it, right? But you can't, because this tower will come out in a different place next month. It'll come out in, you know, the outcome, or it'll come out in the overall energy. Because when it's in this is a door Spirit has opened for you. So this to me is a revelation that if you uncross your arms, if you take that blindfold off, that metaphorical blindfold, those rose-colored glasses, if you take them off, all will be shown to you. Will it be dramatic? Yeah, so what? So what? Isn't that dramatic revelation worth it? Worth having that emotional fulfillment? Worth having that peaceful life you want? Or do you want to stay blind to your own truth and then 10 years from now look back and realize that you denied it of yourself the whole time? Okay? Whether that be a family or a business or both or anything. It doesn't matter. Houses, it doesn't matter. These are goals, life goals type of thing. Hashtag life goals. You know, this is what we're talking about here, Leo. Again, Spirit's advice for you is the Hermit clarified by the Judgment. So what do you need to be introspective about? What do you need to really dig deep and look into alone, right? The Hermit does everything alone. He doesn't let the voices of others cloud his judgment. And again, the rune here is marriage, commitments. What beliefs and ideologies are you committed to? Dig deep. You have to find out what they are. Because right now they're binding you, the devil. Okay? Judgment says, I'm able to look at things objectively. I'm getting a second chance. This is also another chance at making a decision, right? It's right before the world. So before we embark on our new journey, before we close this chapter and actualize the fact that we are done and starting anew, you have to take that final last check. This is like a final audit before you send your book to the publisher. What do you really believe? What old part of you, what inner child, wounded, shadow part of you needs to be brought to light and resurrected? Not so you can embody it necessarily because you believe it now, but needs to be acknowledged so it can be set free. It's the idea of like when souls have unfinished business, right? And they get trapped in the realms between here and, you know, the ultimate destination, whatever you want to call that. And they need to kind of like finish their unfinished business to finally be released into peace. That's how pieces of your shadow feel. You just need to acknowledge them and then they will evaporate. It's just like pain and truth. You have to acknowledge it so that it's no longer holding you. You know, it's not like you're going to come into this extreme sense of pain and anguish because you're acknowledging it. You're living in that right now. Once you know the truth, you are free. You are free. And I think that you know that because in the most likely outcome, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles, which is my favorite card in the tarot, and the rune Success. Okay? So you have an opportunity to create something that makes you feel good about yourself, that shows you in your best light, that adds to the empowerment that you have already found, that you have already worked hard for, right? Because you're strongly standing on your own 2 feet, Leo. So you're just shifting your mentality and giving yourself the opportunity to go and get more and go and get something that is really in alignment with who you are and how you truly feel. Never mind what you truly deserve. Okay? The energy I'm feeling for you, honestly, it's pretty intense. But I'm feeling like, you know, there is some heaviness in your heart. However, I truly believe you have the tools to dig deep. Okay? You really need to dig deep. You need to self-reflect. this month, before your birthday, I know your birthday will start in July, but before your birthdays, I highly suggest you take some time to reflect and release some things. Maybe on this full moon, this Cancer full moon, which is in, well, it's not really a full moon in Cancer. It's a full moon in Capricorn, which, right, has to do with corporations and the powers outside of us. You know, the powers to be, the 3D reality. So that would be a great time to assess everything. Look deep within yourself. Do this release before your birthday, so that when your birthday comes, you're ready to flourish like this Nine of Pentacles, okay? I am ready to be healed. I am willing to forgive. All is well. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. I love and accept my family exactly as they are right now. Yeah, I was definitely getting a family vibe. And I know I almost said Cancer earlier. And Cancer had a strong family vibe as well. I think so. I definitely think if there's a family message if you have Cancer in your chart as well as Leo. I love and accept my family exactly as they are. Right. So you can love and accept your family even if they don't know what's best for you. You know what I mean? Because no one truly is going to know what's best for you but you. So because I found, even though, like, until I get to a certain level of clarity within myself, I can't even discuss things with other people, because I know that to an extent they're always going to play devil's advocate because they're not me. You know what I mean? But, Leo, I hope this was helpful. And I'm so, so grateful that you're here with me. And I really hope this message touches you. I will be back soon with your love messages. Peace.